Welcome aboard, folks. I'm Stephen Malkowicz, your captain on this adventure called Ship of Fools. I'm a fool. Lucky for you, I'm not sailing solo. Join me and a boatload of people, all just trying to make sense of this crazy world. It's a fabulous mess, and you're invited. Welcome to Ship of Fools, where wit meets wisdom. Today, we are very fortunate to have in our studio Sage Johnson, who is a light heavyweight, I'll say champion.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. And Oneal Mendoza, who is his coach. And I'm very excited here because I just saw you fight 2 weeks ago at the Boxing Club Championship at the River Rock Casino here in Vancouver, or Richmond, I guess I have to say. Mm-hmm. And it was inspiring, to say the least. It was pretty damn special.
Thank you.
It was great.
It was a good night. It was a really good night.
It was, like we were just, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but Sage, we'll start with you here. Like, where did you we were talking before we went live here. Mm-hmm. You were born in Rootin' Tootin' Newton in Surrey. Okay, my man. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So me and my family, we grew up in around Newton area, was born here. We actually moved down here before I got born. So they moved here from Alberta for Slave Lake, Alberta. So they came down here, found a better place. And we were struggling at first, and then I just grew up in this area.
Mm-hmm. So so you grew up,
yeah,
and you were an athlete, but when did you start boxing?
I started boxing, like, especially competitively, like almost 2.5 years ago.
It hasn't been that long.
No.
What were you doing before?
I was playing football before.
I played football?
Yeah, I played 17 years of football.
Wow.
He was a big boy.
I was a big boy. They called me Fudge back then.
Is that right?
I was 235 pounds.
235 pounds?
I was a big boy.
Get out of here, man.
Yeah, he came to us like that.
Oh, yeah.
You came to see Oneal at 235 pounds.
Yeah. I got a picture if you want to see it.
I want to see this.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I want to see the picture.
It was, oh my God.
Man.
Let's see, I'll pull it up.
That's insane. That's insane.
It was a big boy.
Ho.
Yeah, I was pretty big.
Wow. Man.
I had to work with that.
Are you serious?
Oh, he whooped me into shape.
That is nuts.
I don't know if I want that up. No, I'm just kidding.
That's insane. So this is kind of like a Manny Sobro story. Him telling me about growing up in East Van, being the fat kid and banging on the door, and the boxing coach, the guy that ran the gym, letting him in. But the only difference is, you were like, this is a couple of years ago.
Yeah, this is only 2.5, 3 years ago. It's a big boy.
Man.
Football was everything to me at that time.
So you were playing football, like that was it?
Yeah, I was playing football, and then I had 4 different knee surgeries, all on my right knee. Uh-huh. So I had to unfortunately give it up, but then I needed an outlet. So like I needed something. So that's when I found boxing eventually at my other gym, and then I found Oneal, and I was like, I'm with it. Mm-hmm. And then he helped me get my first competition out in 2023 for the Bronze Gloves tournament, the provincial Bronze Gloves tournament. And after that fight, I was like, oh, I love this.
Had you ever, prior to that, like when you were in your football career growing up or anything, did you ever think about boxing?
I did a handful of times, but my mom wasn't really like, she wanted me to continue to pursue football because like I was really good at it. So it just happened to have like fall in place, fate. Uh-huh.
Well, I'll tell you this, I touched on it a little bit. You know, when you see somebody, you know, I'll look at Oneal when I say this, when you see somebody and you go, and we do want to figure out how we can get that clip of you coming down the stairs.
Send that to me.
Send it to me, brother. Like, I mean that. But at the River Rock Casino, it was special. And you look, when you got all the regalia, everything off, you looked like a fighter. And the thing is, when you came down the stairs, my wife was elbowing me going, okay, she didn't think you were the fighter. She thought that was like a precursor to the fight to begin with. And then she realized, well, that's the fighter. And you were dancing like and then I looked you up and I was like, he's a powwow dancer. You do that thing. And only my dad worked for the Department of Indian Affairs for 27 years, so I've been to powwows, man. And you were rocking it, like seriously, man.
Thank you.
And you were like, and I was thinking your opponent sitting there. Like, did your opponent have any idea you were gonna do that?
No, I don't think he did. I don't think
he
he did
either, because he was sitting there going, I'm going to knock this guy's block off. Like I'm serious. And I told you before what I said, I just elbowed Trisha here and I was like, you better be able to fight. And you got in there and there's a look, there was an aura. There really was. Like there was in that there. And I look at it and I go, we're blessed that you guys came in because it's still fresh. It's like, that was only a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
Would you say that that was your biggest fight to date, or?
I would say so. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be Sage's best and biggest fight to date.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that was tough. Hockey was tough.
But that's what we want.
That's what you want, though, right? Where was he from? New Brunswick?
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
Nova Scotia.
he was the provincial champion of Nova Scotia.
Right on.
Champ versus champ.
Oh, it's a big one. Yeah, I can see why he is a champ.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that boxing is, and I say this, and until you've been to a live boxing match, you don't know what it is until you're there and you see it. And it doesn't matter if it's amateur or pro. There's something in the air. Like there's that thing that you just can't describe it to somebody. You have to go. And you see why it is. When you see it on TV, you go, okay. And I was growing up in Winnipeg. My grandfather, I'm Ukrainian. You call him Gigi. He loved boxing. He loved Muhammad Ali. He just loved Muhammad Ali. Like he loved him. Looked like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He just loved him. He loved him. He'd smoke his big fat stogie cigars and the lazy boy watching him fight. And I remember as a kid going like, this is great. But I digress here because I'm talking too much. This is Sage. So you started boxing and then you found Oneal, and that process you just went to another gym.
Yeah. So I went to that gym when I for like a week there, and I was like, yeah, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this gym. So
had you met him yet?
I met him on the third day. I went. Besides that, I was meeting with my captain. His name is not Coach, sorry. Michael Valoria.
Okay.
Also a really well-known fighter too. So I met up with him, and Ian Smalls was my sparring partner, and he's also a southpaw, and I was a southpaw, or phony southpaw, because I don't really know how to fight in southpaw. Ian helped me learn how to fight in southpaw, so I was like, oh yeah. I was like, I'm learning a lot from this gym. It's only 3 days. I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
And you were just scouting around, looking around at guys that were in, or were you told about him?
Yeah, they told me about him, and I was in the ring working with the other guys. Yeah, and I saw him in the corner watching us, and I was like, yeah, looks like he could do something. And let's see what he could get, or what he has. Right?
What he has, yeah. And so that's how it all started. That was a couple, 2.5 years ago?
Oh yeah, 2.5, almost 3 years now.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And you've been slowly, like, one of the things about boxing too is and I Manny's like a book to me. Manny Sobro, we're talking about, and understanding how important your opponent is. It's like who you're fighting. You have to cultivate that. You've got to, it's got to be authentic, like who you're fighting. Although, we were talking before, there's certainly a lot of non-authentic fights that are out there, Tyson fighting Logan, whatever his name is, that kind of stuff. But it's very important when you're going up that you fight. I don't want to say you pick the right opponents. The right opponents are presented to you. And that was one at the Buckskin where you had a guy coming from the Maritimes who was a provincial champion fighting against you, and you won.
Yes.
That was special. You've had your boxing gym for how long now?
Our boxing gym now,
in
only about 3 years.
3 years.
Coming up to 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
Okay, so Do you have a lot of guys like
Or like
that?
Sage? I do. I
Really?
kind of seem to attract these special type of fighters where they come with these backgrounds, experiences, let's just say. Almost like lost puppies, right?
Would you go as far as saying that they're trying to find their way?
Definitely. Definitely.
And boxing provides that opportunity for them.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit. That picture that you showed me.
Yeah.
You're 235 pounds.
Big boy.
I can't imagine that.
Moving around with that weight, I tell you, it wasn't fun.
And what do you and to the light heavyweight is what 178 to
176 actually.
176.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
a
but
lot.
I knew that wasn't his true weight class.
Yeah.
When I saw him, I was like, that's a big boy, but
It's not
I knew his potential as far as like an athlete and I could see.
because you're ripped, man.
Oh, I try. It means a lot, man. It means a lot, seriously.
Fanboy over here.
It means a lot. Cause I remember Coach 2 weeks ago, he grabbed me, he's like, fat boy. He's like soft. I was like, fuck, I'm trying, Coach, I'm trying.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, I love it.
But we have to that is and what I've been since I saw the fight, and I've been following you on social media too. You're doing your posts and they're hilarious. Like a lot of them are funny. Like they're
He's
great.
so funny.
They're great. They're super. But I don't want to get ahead of myself here. So you've got 2 provincial championships, the North American King of the Ring, the Bronze Glove, and most recently, what we were talking about here, which was the big event, the Buckskin Gloves Classic, which I think that was just a fantastic evening of fights, and I can't stress this enough. Like there's not enough of this. There isn't enough of it. That was far more entertaining than paying $300 for a ticket to go to see the Canucks play. I mean that, like, and I'm not suggesting that that's not a negative, like that was entertaining.
It was entertaining.
It was. That whole evening was
It
entertaining.
was an experience.
It was.
Yes.
It was. And I told you, we were sitting there, and the young kid that fought in the very first bout, his mother was right beside us too, and he lost, and I felt like hugging him, like giving him a hug, man, like he went in there with all, like he just, and the guy he fought was probably about 6 inches taller than him. And, that reach, and if he would have connected with one of those, he would have knocked the guy down. There's no question about it. But I felt so, because they come from Prince George, but the thing is that not the fact that you're going to get knocked down, are you going to get back up? Is he going to go, are you going to go, is that going to drive you to?
That's what this guy gave.
I didn't even notice I got knocked down.
Well, he didn't.
Really don't.
Honestly, he didn't.
I didn't.
In between, I asked him, I had to ask him the question, do you know where you are, Sage? You know what he asked? He said to me,
I'm in the gym.
yeah.
This is really
In between after that round, yeah.
when you got knocked down.
I was dazed. I
I had to wake him up.
Really?
I had to do my duty as a coach to get him back into the space and to fight back into it. Yeah.
That's crazy,
Because
man.
when he hit me, I don't know. I just thought he hit me. Like that's all I seen. Like all I remember was the official was just counting. And I was like, oh, okay, like he hit me with a really good shot. When I went to my corner, they're letting me know, like, you just got knocked down.
Well, he said, what did he hit me with? He didn't know. And those are the shots we want, right?
Yeah.
You don't see, right? So I said,
Wow.
didn't matter what you got hit. You got hit. Do you know where you are?
I'm in the gym.
See, you're here. I'm saying that's wild. That's wild because, nobody knows. Like even though you got the headgear on, okay, but to get smoked is to get smoked. It doesn't matter. You're still getting smoked. Go put the headgear on and get hit in the head. Like it's still getting hit. And I was trying to figure out. Like I was going, oh my God, when that happened. Okay.
Big drama show.
It was. So do you know now what he hit you with?
I do. I went back to the tape.
Kitchen sink.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it was just so beautiful. It was beautifully timed. It was beautifully placed. He hit the button, and like I would say I have a strong chin. It's like I've been hit with much harder shots, like especially to like the temple and to the jaw. He perfectly just hit the button and
This is the timing of also you moving. Yeah. It's just perfect.
It's like your momentum.
Yeah, it was a perfect shot for him.
to it.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful shot. Yeah, I give him his flowers. I was like, yeah. But honestly, after that shot, though, all my worries originally, because I was like overthinking a little bit when I was in the ring, all the stress and anxiety left.
Nice.
He beat some sense into me.
Yeah. Woke you up.
And then I was like, okay, now it's time to come back.
That's funny. It's something you got to go through. Was that the first time that ever happened?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever got knocked down.
Yep.
Wow.
And these are the fights we wouldn't say we look for, but
like that's what you want.
Well, he needed this. Let's just say,
Yeah.
Fighting through that night, even especially that night, fighting, out of that,
Yeah.
right.
It was a special moment. That was a special moment. It was, and I could feel that thing going, and that's why when I was going back and forth with Manny after the fight, and I was going like I want to talk to this kid. I wanted to know how old you were, and Manny was I don't know. I was telling him about the fight behind me, and and I just finished telling Trish. She goes, "Look, when we go to at these fights, are there ever fights in the stands?" And I said, "Well, I haven't seen any." And then the first time she goes, "What happens? There's a fight behind us." I'm going, okay, well, sometimes I guess it happens. It happens.
Get everybody riled up.
That's right. You get everybody riled up. And what's wonderful about what was great about that is everything was culminating with that fight, and it wasn't disappointing. It ended on and then it worked out fantastic for you. You talk about being knocked down and being kind of stunned and going, okay, kind of.
I was stunned.
That's hilarious.
But he worked through it.
Yeah.
That was the part that
you came back
out of him. Yeah.
And then you landed some big blows. You did.
He was tough, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm fairly certain he was like my hardest shots, especially to the body. Like I've landed them perfectly on him, and he would fold, but like he wouldn't go down. I was like, you're tough as nails, dude. I was like, just go down, man. Take a knee, bro. Like, give me some fucking space to breathe.
So that begs the question here, on the what's next?
Oh,
Coach.
Well, we have him planned to go to Canada Cup. That's happening the end of March.
Where's that?
That's in Calgary.
In Calgary?
Yeah, that's also the U25 and U17 nationals, Canadian nationals. And we have actually a couple of our other fighters actually going to those nationals.
Which other fighters have you got?
Acadia, she's our youth 17 female, and Basha, he's our U23 fighter too.
Okay.
And they're both provincial champions as well.
So you got 3 fighters going?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of this
End of
month?
March,
End
yes.
of March. Cool. And we're just starting March here. So do you know explain to me, because I don't know. No stupid questions, I guess. That's a tournament?
That's a tournament, yes.
So you box your way to
Basically,
gold.
round robin. Yeah.
So you don't know who you're going to fight. You just know who's there.
You know who's there. You don't know. Yeah, exactly.
So you got to pretty much, that's over a weekend?
Over like 5 days.
5 days,
yeah.
Yes.
So is this your first one like that? Or?
No. So I've been to the 2 nationals. So this is like another national tournament.
Okay.
So the last 2 nationals, same thing. You have 16 fighters, and it's a round robin. So it's all the way until
It's tough.
Yeah. So you've got to be figuring out who you're fighting. You got to be telling him who he's fighting and what he got to watch for. And that's
You got to be prepared for everything.
That's tough.
And he still got to make weight the next day if they win.
So making weight? Let's talk about this.
oh, people don't talk enough about this. Oh my God.
Okay. For those that are listening and watching here, making weight in boxing is usually the boxer's heavier, right? And trying to come down. Explain how that works, that process.
Well, I guess you want to be the bigger, heavier guy in the lightest division, so you have the more power and more weight behind your punches. But it doesn't always necessarily can work out, in your favor, right? But you want to, even out the odds, let's just say, right? But you don't want to overdo it where you're cutting too much weight and you become slow, or you become, unfit, or you don't have cardio, or you're weak, right? So there's a balance to it.
So what weight are you naturally at? Like if you just
I like hover around like 185.
So you're making weight at 176?
Yes, because this is our thing with our gym, is that we want our fighters to be healthy when cutting weight and not doing these drastic weight cuts. We want them to be around their weight class, walking around 5 to 10 pounds. So just only have to dry out the night before, right? They're not doing extreme weight cuts. And these guys have made their mistakes, done the extreme weight cuts. They've fought with extreme weight cuts. It wasn't good. They've won, but, they know their mistakes, right? Yeah. So, again, we want our fighters to be healthy, so they're prepared, with their weight, but also, still have energy.
So that process, had you, like when you started boxing, did you know about this making weight thing? Like did you, like, or was that a learning process?
It was.
Oneal's smiling here, and he's looking at
you know what it is? It's because my wife, my wife is really one that's been taking care of, and Coach Michael, like, about the diet and, his potential as far as, where he should be as far as, his weight category and, strength and everything like that. So my wife is really on top of that part, right? So we laugh because she's really strict.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how we got this guy to be a big boy to little boy.
Them Saturday classes are no joke, man.
Yeah.
Those boot camp classes that Coach's wife runs, that's not a joke.
Yeah, see, we run a boot camp class right before they spar. Like, literally, we'd be for an hour. These guys are doing over 100 burpees and getting their butt kicked. Then they got to do an hour and a half of hard sparring right after that.
So you made your mistakes going down, and that's an art.
It's
right.
It's an art. Yes.
It's an art. So you got to figure that out, and lots of people don't understand that.
No.
That the perfect world is you're coming down.
Yeah.
That's why that fight that Terrence Crawford, when he won, he was going up.
That's right.
Right? To fight the Mexican guy.
Oh, yeah, Canelo. Yeah.
He went up, and I called it. I'll admit, I called that Terrence. He was going to win because he was he's ambidextrous. Is what he could. He threw from both sides. That was a good fight. That actually was a good fight. Do you think they're going to fight again?
No, I don't think so.
There's nothing in it for Crawford, really, except for money, right?
He's beat him.
Yeah, he's retired. He's perfect record.
But Manny Pacquiao's coming back.
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, fuck on. With Mayweather?
Part two, right?
The thing that didn't happen early enough is now happening much later.
I guess they're bored,
Well, I guess, but there's nobody. I'll tell you this: in like, boxing is exciting.
Yes,
it really is, and that you can tell. I'm excited talking to you guys here because it was a fun. It's exciting, and to see it, like a guy like you out there, and that fight got. Man, I used to like this a lot. This is something to get excited about. Somebody to get behind. So, in saying that, okay, you're going up to is in Calgary, you said? Calgary at the end of March. And you must have in your mind, Oneal, the path that this kid should be taken here, because we talked a little bit about this before we went live, and because the Olympics are in 2028, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but you got to have that.
Oh, definitely.
That in your mind, and going, okay, this is where we're gonna go, and this is it's a path that I'm not gonna say boxing glory, but it's the path that you take, man. Am I right?
It's been the goal basically almost since I've met the guy, because I knew his potential. And there's people that come with me, like, say that, they want to do the Olympics and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's a dream, is to get to the Olympics. But I say, that is a dream. Make it a goal. Actually make it a goal, a clear pathway on how you're going to get there, right? Not just some dream that you think you could get there.
Yeah.
Like, let's make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we're taking the steps.
Have you had, Alaska, put you on the spot here,
Yes, sir.
Oneal. Have you had a guy or a girl come into your gym with, I am putting you on the spot here when I ask you this question, with as much potential as this guy has? Not to put pressure on him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I would say from different, like female to teenagers, yeah. Not all the time, but I get them.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And your job is to recognize that and bring that out. And
it is tough because I have to recognize it.
Yeah.
And to also for them to recognize that they have this in them with no training at all. Remember, a lot of the champions I have too have very like little experience coming to me with boxing. And I'm able to draw it out of them, right? To become a national level fighter within a couple of years on all my fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've figured out some kind of formula that, I could take these guys to this level.
Because like I look at it and go, okay, what's, it's very easy. And I say this, and this is just Manny, when I talked to Manny the first time about boxing, and the reason he loves boxing is because it's like life for him. It's the best. Up and down. You don't know what you're going to get hit with. You're going to get up. What are you going to do? Okay. And what are you going to do? That's, and everything's, like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. It's true. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And everybody thinks they're a tough guy too. Are you really a tough guy? Yeah.
He's tough.
Sometimes. Not when it comes to the mortar cuts, man. Water looks at me, I just want that.
So talk about, you brought up when we were talking about making weight, and I'll look at you, Sage, when I say this, is that making weight.
Yeah.
What does that entail for you?
Oh God! Whenever I get told I get a fight, so again I hover around 185. So it's never really a big problem. It's just more of like I just keep doing what I got to do. So just work out, sweat, and kind of just watch what I'm eating a little more. So it just means less carbs and more like yogurt, proteins, and all that healthy fats. So it doesn't really change like a whole lot. It's the fights that it's like, oh, like we got this tournament. The tournaments are the ones that are really hard because you have to make weight every single time. So like if you win the first one, you got to make weight the second day. You win the second fight, you got to make weight the third day.
So that's like a you hover around. You said 185.
Yeah.
So you got to make 176. So you're talking about 10 pounds kind of thing, and that's like over the course of a 5-day period when you're fighting.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, especially for tournaments. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Never thought about that.
It's tiring. It's like a lot of people, like especially like amateur tournaments, I don't feel like they get enough of their like flowers, their respect for
especially tournament style, because again, you're fighting round robin over a period of a few days, and you got to make weight each day. Where say like a club show or a pro show, you're fighting
It's
like
that
one
one
night, one and done.
Yeah.
That's why we give respect to these guys that
have to make weight over a tournament
at a high level.
Yeah.
So yeah, especially nationals, because it's not like it's not like you're facing someone who's just like got like 3 fights under their belt. You're facing like another champion from another province.
Yeah.
And it's like it's every single fight or like every day for the span of 5 days, you're fighting different champions who are champions for a reason. So it's like it's tough fights.
Yeah. So now I know what you're talking about. Because I don't know how that's somebody gets the flu and you don't eat for 5 or 6 days or 3 days or whatever it is, or you sit on the toilet for 3 days, like you feel like a piece of shit, right?
Well, funny enough, the first nationals we went to, I tore my hamstring 2 weeks before nationals.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I remember.
So when we went over there with Surrey in Ontario, I had to ice my hamstring. Coach was working, like doing the massages for my hamstring, because I had a hard time moving back and forth or even side to side. So it's like, on top of that, I'm facing
Losing
these
weight.
champions
Yeah,
as well
and
as
you're
losing weight.
Losing weight. Wow. That is crazy. That's crazy. Underappreciated. Underappreciated. See, nobody, all we see, all you see when we went to the boxing match 2 weeks ago, all you see is the boxers coming to the ring. You don't see the preparatory work, all the things that go into that. And that's very interesting, telling that story about making weight and how hard it is. And then you've got an injury on top of it, and you've got to do that over a 3 or 4 day period where you're boxing round robin and you don't know who you're fighting. Just bring it, right? And you don't know, like you really don't know.
That's what we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you this: that fight at the River Rock 2 weeks ago, you knew the guy you were fighting.
No, he was a ghost. We couldn't find him. We couldn't find him on anything.
I didn't. For me, I don't bother. But these guys
They want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a story.
Yeah, I couldn't find him on literally anything. I tried searching him up on like the box record where we have like you see all the bouts, different bouts.
We didn't know
videos.
we was southpaw
Yeah, we didn't know
Holy shit!
until the
till
bell
the
rang.
bell rang. Yeah, and I hear Coach yell at me, "He's a southpaw." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like,
That is crazy, man.
Best.
but that's the beauty of it. So like what Oneal does for us, especially as like all these fighters, is like he literally prepares us for any type of situation for those moments. So it's like we can't find anybody, we're already prepared. So like Ian Smalls is my sparring partner, and he's a southpaw. He's a natural.
Absolutely.
He's a great southpaw.
Yeah.
Like a real southpaw.
Yeah, he's a real southpaw. And then I have people like Anthony, who's also at our gym, who's a really good orthodox fighter. And then so it's like we prepare because we all have different fighting styles. So coach literally prepares us for any type of outcome.
So you're ready for whoever you got to fight. So you're in the ring. You're in the ring. You're in the corner hollering at him. He's a southpaw.
But then that's where he has to figure it out.
Gotta
Because
figure
we've done
it
the
out.
training. Yeah, the training's there. It's just about putting it together at
You were
that
knocked.
time.
You were knocked down pretty quick.
Out.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I was gone.
Well, I'm being nice here. Right?
Are you gonna be frank? Don't worry.
You did look a little stunned when you got up there and counting. But so did that? You were going through and you can't. It's hard to go back, maybe. But in that period, that time, you were probably the wheels were turning
Yeah.
when he's hollering at you.
Well, when he was hollering at me, when I was seeing the official do this, I was like, I'm not losing this damn fight. I was like, get me back in there. So I put my hands up and the official,
rang.
yeah, the bell
bell
rang,
rang.
and I was like, oh,
Round
okay, round's over. I get a little,
Yeah.
I get a breather, get to know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
And then that's when he was like, you just got knocked out. What do you hit me with? I left.
I said, doesn't matter.
He
He
hit you. That's all that matters.
And where are you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I had to bring him back to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're in the fight here. Wake up. What do we got to do? That's the questions.
Yeah.
I got to get these guys thinking, get them back to you.
All right, get me back in there.
Yeah.
You're losing. Yeah, as soon as I heard him tell, because he told me, he's like, you're now losing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. I was like, I'd rather die than lose. Okay, get me back in there.
Yeah.
let me show people that
Yeah.
I want this.
Well, especially when you came down the stairs like you did.
Yeah.
Dance, man.
That's what I was saying. I can't lose after that.
It was your night. It was your night. You weren't like from being in the dressing rooms.
Yeah.
To the walkout and everything. It was his night.
You could
Like,
tell?
I could tell. Like he wasn't losing. Like he was gonna die that night. Let's just say.
if I had to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Talk
you know what I mean?
a little bit and I don't, no disrespect, the gear that you had on. You said that was the first time that you had that.
Yeah, since my uncle's passing. So he passed in 2017, and we haven't unboxed it since then.
Wow.
So I had my own regalia at that time, but he gave me his regalia. So that was the first time unboxing and putting on his regalia since then. So it was like a lot
Emotions.
of, a lot of emotions, right? A lot of people that were there, they recognized the regalia, right? Made my mom sad because it was her brother, right? My great grandma, who's a residential school survivor, she was there, and it was an emotional night.
Well, we had a little powwow in the dressing room.
Yeah,
too.
we did too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. And I'll say this: it was an emotional night for the fans too. And my wife said, and then she's probably going to chastise me. We can edit it out if we decide after. But she elbows me and she goes, "Maybe we did take their land." Seriously, and I was like, "Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like it is. It's like you gotta like that whole evening was that."
Yes.
And like it was special. It was special. Like
It
and
was.
culminated with you coming down the stairs
Mm.
and doing what you did and like it was. There was something. It was
a great night.
It was.
Fantastic.
It was. And being in like your hometown, as close to your hometown as you can be, that I don't think you can map it out any better than that.
Aside from you getting hurt.
Yeah.
Getting knocked to the
Got
ground.
knocked out.
But to me, it kind of like, it was meant to be that way.
Mhm.
Like, it couldn't have played any other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about boxing too is that the camaraderie amongst the boxers.
Mhm.
You guys, when you fight, you know what you do, and then at the end, the hugging
Yeah.
and that kind of thing
Respect,
is
love.
like it's respect. It's total respect for and there, I don't think there's. Well, you could say they shake hands after a hockey game or whatever. It's not the same as boxing. You're literally going in there trying to bash the other guy's head in. Like,
It's a different sport.
It's a different
Yeah.
sport. So you're the love after it, and it really it's special.
You do get a better understanding of an individual after you get physical or,
Yeah.
let's say, violent a little bit with each
Especially-
other. Controlled violence, let's
Yeah.
just say. You learn a lot from each other.
Yeah.
From not just scoring points or putting the ball in the hoop, but actually trying to physically hit
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
There's something different, but there's also that respect after, and there's a different
Yeah.
understanding of each other and yourself after those moments, right? That's why boxing and combat sports is so beautiful.
Mhm. Because you got to turn it on,
Yeah.
and then you got to flip that switch. There's so many things. There's so many things now that I'm learning from you guys here when we're talking. The making weight thing,
Yeah.
and how difficult that is over. I never thought about that over a tournament. That would be just like you're talking about 10 pounds. That's a lot.
Well, right after a fight, they're skipping. They're not eating.
Mm-hmm.
They're still skipping so they could eat.
Yeah.
Like literally right after their bout, they win. They get their hand raised. They're grabbing their skipping rope.
Sauna suit.
They're back to the sauna suit.
Yeah.
Straight.
Really?
Yeah.
Thinking about maybe eating,
Uh-huh.
but because they got to make weight. Right?
Because the
And they
weigh-ins.
still got to eat.
Yeah.
Because the weigh-ins are the next morning. So after you finish, especially it's an evening show,
Yeah.
and like a lot of our shows are a lot of evening shows. So like
Because the
national-
heavyweight especially.
Yeah. So like we would finish at like 9:00 p.m. It's like, okay, I just finished a hard fight. I can't eat or drink water. I go on the scale. It shows I'm a pound over. I got to sweat it out.
Wow.
Especially at those national elite tournaments, you have to be
Right on the button.
Right on the button.
weight. No leeway.
Can be a point over.
And you're screwed if you are.
Yeah.
Disqualified.
So like right up to the moment, like you walking around with a scale?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go with us.
Always.
Really?
Yeah. In the dressing room with us. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That's just a whole nother level of, and as you progress,
Mhm.
it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. That you're just, I never thought about that, honestly, guys. I didn't. I really didn't think about that at all. That how difficult it would be, because I always have trouble remembering the weight categories. That's
Okay.
hard enough.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
There's so many.
There is, and that's why I like what Dana White's trying to do, like bring everything together. I like that fact so that I can understand what like the heavyweight bout that night too was like my money. I'm trying to remember. I remember the guy who won the heavyweights. They were like, I'm just surprised the guy that won. Like he was big
boys.
like the big boys. Like,
yeah, they're
and
big.
and the other guy came out. That was did the women come out before you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it was the fight before that, and I'm watching the other fellow in the red corner, and I don't know if you watched that fight, and he looked like he was drunk because he took so long to get to the ring, and I was like, what is he slamming back a bottle of vodka or something back? Like I don't think boxing's something you can do drunk, can you, Oneal?
Well, it's had its times, right? Yeah.
No?
Yeah. But it wouldn't be smart.
No, it wouldn't be smart. But he came out and I like he stumbled a little bit, but then he ended up like that was actually not a bad fight. It wasn't a bad fight. And you always look at boxing too. That was a fight where the guy with the most blood on his face won. Mm-hmm. The guy in the blue trunks that he was like I give those guys credit, but he had moobs. Like he was a big boy. Like Jesus. And but his face was mashed,
mm-hmm.
but he still won the fight, So, was that your toughest fight that you've had?
Oh, by far.
By far?
By far. One of my hardest fights. Because I was telling everybody before that, like, my second and third fight against this guy named Zien, he was my hardest fight.
And where was he from?
He was from Quinnet Boxing. So he was from here. So he was my second and third fight, hardest hitter. I still think he's the hardest hitter, even now. And there was times where he almost knocked me down because he's the one that hit me like the hardest. And I was like, oh, like, that's going to knock me out. And he ended up breaking my nose the third time we fight.
Wow.
Yeah. So I would say he was before this one was the hardest fight. I've never been knocked down. And this guy knocked me down. I was like, okay. I was like, this is a fight. This is going to go the 4 rounds.
Are you, like, when you're in the ring like that, are you thinking that? Are you going, okay, or is he screaming at you and hollering at you and go, wake up?
Well, he gives, like, the thing I love about him being in the corner, him and, like, all the other coaches that we have at Mendoza is that they know how to wake you up. They know how to get you going. They know the thought that they already know what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm in there, they're calm, right? When they need to be calm, and then they rile me up if I need to be riled up. Mm-hmm. So if they'd be like, hey, like, come on, you got to hit him with this, you got to hit him with that. And I'm actively listening, right, as well as really focusing on what my opponent's doing.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask you this because it just came to me here. How common is it for the boxer to leave the corner without their mouth guard?
Oh, happens all the time.
Really?
Oh, all the time. Sometimes I don't even remember.
Because you're in the moment?
Yeah, it's in my hand. And then the ref would be, they actually start to fight. Then ref would be like, no mouthpiece. I'm like, oh.
Getting punched in the mouth with a mouth guard is a little bit different than being punched in the mouth without a mouth guard, right?
Oh, yeah. Because with the mouth guard, you have something to, like, bite on, right? You have something to clinch without the mouth guard.
But you're so jazzed.
You're in it.
Yeah, you're pumped up, you're amped up, adrenaline's going. Yeah.
War, let's go. Like, this is ready.
It was. That was
war.
That was.
Ooh. And he was prepared for that. That's what we put into his mentality.
You didn't have a clue who you were going to be facing.
Mm-mm.
He was a ghost.
He was a ghost. With no idea. Nothing about him.
He kept asking me. I was like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just got to go fight. So you're coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
You got your uncle's stuff on. You're having an emotional moment. You're like spending energy.
Yeah.
Dancing around. In essence, taunting your opponent. Like,
well, this is like a war dance.
It was a war dance. Okay. And then you find out, you don't even know if he's left-handed or right-handed. So they ring the bell. Mm-hmm. And then you get dinged. And you don't know where you are. He brings you back.
Yeah.
And then you go out and finish it.
Yeah.
Were you sure when the fight was over that was yours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a moment they said unanimous decision, and that part scared me because I was like, I thought I lost the first round. But apparently I won the first round.
Even though he got knocked down, he was still winning the round.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I got knocked at the end of the first round,
Yeah.
it was like the last 10 seconds of it. But I went to go look back at the tape, and I felt like I was dominant all throughout the whole round, except for that one shot. And I was
So
like,
you got caught.
So I'll ask Oneal. I'll ask you this question.
Yes.
Judging in boxing, pretty fair.
It has its challenges, just like any other sport,
Uh-huh.
really. You know, politics and this that. But you know what? For myself, I try not to get bothered by the outcome. Let's just say, even though sometimes I know what the real results are.
Mhm.
In the beginning, I used to get, well, actually, I still do get emotional when I believe my fighter has won, and they say the judges give it to the other opponent.
Uh-huh.
That's where I become vocal and, passionate, because they're putting their lives in the
Yeah.
line, to be cheated out.
Yeah.
Let's just say. So those moments where I feel that they really say we knock these guys down, we're dominant, and then we lose
Mhm.
on the unanimous card, that to me is little.
Yeah.
And to me, it's not. It's more like makes the judges and the system look bad
Mhm.
rather than
Yeah.
yeah. So it's common, but again, I try not to get too hung up on it. So I got to get my fighters. Okay, do your job,
Mhm.
do your duty. Don't worry about
Mhm.
fighting the judges. Basically, getting the points. Do what we got to do,
Mhm.
right? That's what it is.
So I'll ask Oneal this question, then Sage, I'll ask you this question. When you're going in the ring, are you looking to? Is there ever a game plan that you're actually thinking about knocking the guy out, or you just when it?
Yeah, well, see, there's what we call we don't look for the knockouts, we look for the finish.
Okay.
Because the finish can come in many ways.
Mhm.
Knockout, bloody nose, ref comes in, towel, you overwhelm the guy, body shot, right? But we also know these guys are tough too, right? Like the opponents are always going to be tough. So it's going to be, a hard time, but you want to show some kind of finish or find some kind of finish, right? So we're always looking for, of course, we want to knock a guy, get the fight finished over and done with, but we also want to be real, because we also know that it could go to the deep waters. Are you prepared for that?
Mhm.
Are you prepared for him to smoke you in the first round?
Yeah.
And are you prepared to go 2 more hard rounds with heart?
Mhm.
Right? So, yeah, that's.
I'll ask the same question to you, but I'm going to twist it a little bit. When you're going in, and that bell rings, what are you thinking?
the immediate thing, as soon as that bell rings, nothing matters. Nothing matters. So everything's everything's just gone. So it's more of the only thing I'm really thinking is what's his favorite shot? What's the distance? And how can I finish it?
Mhm.
So those are the 3 things, as well as actively listening to the coach in the corner. We're like, okay, I'm gonna take this guy down.
Mhm. You would, and I would think that at the amateur level that you're at right now, it's not to say that it's not important at the professional level to have good coaching, but at the amateur level, it would especially be important because you got to listen to him.
Yeah.
Because if you're seeing the guy for the first time, he's seeing the guy, but he's got a little bit more experience seeing the guy that you're fighting. And you're maybe not going to see, ergo the comment, he's a southpaw, he's left-handed, kind of thing that maybe you wouldn't pick that up because you're just going in right away, but you got to be thinking about that. Okay, where's he going to come out? And I know, Manny was talking about the pie that you're working. You're always working that pie, and how important it is to keep that thing always moving. But I'm always interested in when the bell rings.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? And you're
just honed in, just zoned in. What's his favorite shot? What shot does he not like to get hit by? Like, if I change angles, like, is he moving with me? If I feint, what's he like to drop? Does he like to drop his hand? What's his type of style of defense? Is he a pressure fighter? So all these things are what's flowing into my mind, especially in the first round. So in the first round, I'm like, okay, like this is his bad habit. This is where he's good at. This is where I need to execute. I'm going to take his best shot away. And I'm listening to the coach as he's telling me, he's like, oh, he's southpaw. Like when he said that, I was like, oh, because I didn't look at his feet. I didn't clue in on that until he said it, and it registered. I was like, okay, so fight him like I would spar with Ian. I'm back at the gym, who is a southpaw. So it's like, okay, I know what shots I want to throw. I know what shots could possibly land, and I know what's going to come back at me when I throw those shots. So how can I get out? How can I exit? And then where can I find this finish?
Very cool.
It all happens in fractions
of a second.
Fractions of a second.
And if you're not there for a second, you get dinged, right?
Yeah, and that's what happened, right? It was like I threw a lousy jab where he came right over my jab and nailed it. It was one mistake that I made, and that could have changed the whole night, right? But I got up and we kept going.
But you said though he's not the hardest hitter that you fought.
No.
So it just showed you learned something there, right?
Oh yeah. 'Cause, well, even before that, I was like, my biggest fear is getting knocked down or knocked out, because I didn't know. I was fear of the unknown. Now that happened, I was like, oh, I can take 2 more of those. I was like, we're about to go the whole rounds.
Yeah.
I was like, and you better have good cardio, because I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you, especially because I thought I lost the first round. I was like, I'm coming at you.
I put that in his head.
Yeah.
You know, that he's losing. To my mind, when you're knocked down, you're losing.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are. And
scorecards, it says, obviously, but I don't look at the scorecards in between rounds.
Well, you're right there.
Yeah, because I'm right there. So I get to see. So I have to light the fire under his ass, right? So
you got to load.
Yeah, I got to let him know, hey, you got to do something here. It doesn't look good.
You just lost that round. What are you going to do? I was like, okay, well, I got to turn it up now.
I can't make it pretty, right? I can't say, oh, you're doing okay. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, he lets me know. He's ruthless with it sometimes too. Him and the other coach. I remember the other coach, my second fight, because I did lose the first round. And I don't know where I was. Well, I was not in that fight. And the coach was like, hey, you need to wake up. He slaps me in the face. He's like, I need you to wake up. And I was like, oh, I'm ready. All right, I needed that. I'm awake. Let's go. Then 2-3 won that one.
Well, you know, the thing is, I talk about, like, when you making weight, and then getting into the ring, dancing like you did, man. Like, it was like, I now that you find the inside story here and the track that you're taking, it's even more impressive, because you got all those things that you have to be cognizant of, but they can't take up all of your brain power, your emotions, all that kind of stuff. And it is like it, and that's, and I don't want to say this, is just at that level.
Yeah.
Right. And your obvious goal here, and let's start talking about this here. We touched on it a little bit. The Olympics are coming up in 2028 in LA. And what's the path moving forward for Sage?
Well, basically getting him as many fights as we can on a high level, right? And of course, we're still building his profile, because he's still relatively a new fighter.
Yeah,
like he's only been in the game like less than 3 years. Yeah, so at a high level. So his profile, his style, needs to level up. So that's what's happening. Like these fights level him up, the training levels him up, but also outside supports too, sponsorships, that also helps, right? Training, gyms, with people.
How many, and this is because I don't know, I'll ask the question.
Yeah.
What are you comfortable with, like, fighting, like the amount of fights that you take and the amount of recovery time that you need to fight again?
Okay.
That's always something that's been.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on the health of the fighter, like if they get, hurt, or the outcome of the result of the last fight. Generally looking about between like 2 months or something between fights, some hard fights, but sometimes these guys are going back to back, like
month,
less
than a week.
In a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I broke my nose, I had to fight the next week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So again, like since we're in a province that we don't have many boxing gyms, let's just say, so we're always looking for fights, right? But you know, it's just like that. We have to make do with what we have, right? So we're always training because again, we can't just, you know, we can't have. I'd love him to have a fight every weekend or every other week or something like that. He should be having like 12 fights, 15 fights a year. Right, but sometimes you can only get like 5 or something.
So how do you, Oneal? How do you go about doing that? Do you just work the phone, or you?
Well, not me myself. I have my team. Yeah,
team.
exactly. Yeah, we work the phone. We get contacts. You know, most of it is honestly these guys. These guys bringing the fights. These guys putting themselves out there and becoming these people, these characters that they. Like the boxing community or people want to see fight. That helps me, right? So I don't have to do my job as far as
finding fights
because the gyms, the promoters who want us because we bring fights. We don't do no tip tap stuff. You know, we're here to fight. You want to fight? Fight us. You know, right? Because you know it's not like ego or anything. Is that we want to nurture this boxing community?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And we also want to fight. So it doesn't matter if, you know, your next door neighbor or whatever, you know, Winnipeg, right? We'll fight everybody.
Yeah.
Even your neighbor, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, we're still friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the moving forward, you've got the tournament coming up in March, the end of March in Calgary. And I would imagine that you winning the buckskin glove was a big deal.
Yeah.
So word will get out across Canada. I'm sure it has. That this is, you know, it was a big deal. It's a big fight. It was a big fight. Rate before I get to that, rate the boxing community here in British Columbia, and let's compare it to Manitoba.
Well, I believe Manitoba has way more support than
yeah,
because again, it's just maybe because we're tighter, smaller community, more gyms. Let's just say. And the support, you know what I mean? Like out here, sure you get the support, but we just don't have the demographics, the gyms. We don't have enough gyms, basically. Not enough people doing boxing, right? So we're in Manitoba. Yeah, there's quite a few boxers, quite a few, and we nurture that local scene, right? Yeah. Out here, it's been kind of I've noticed it's like they follow trends a little bit. The MMA scene or, you know, kickboxing and regulations are always hard to pass here. You know, when we're in Winnipeg is like,
anything.
Yeah. So a bit harder here. So that's why we're kind of, I wouldn't say we lack, but we lag a little bit. But these guys don't lack with their skills. Like these guys bring it across Canada. Yeah. You know, and these guys are fighting the best across Canada. So we make sure that these guys, because again, we kind of get the, you know, the end of the stick. BC fighters are, you know what I mean? But not this time around. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if a shout out to Sage, if people are like, you're on Instagram, okay? Shout out your Instagram.
Sage Johnson the Wolf.
Perfect. And I encourage anyone that listens or watches this to follow this guy. Your gym out in Surrey?
Yes, we're out in Fleetwood in Surrey.
Surrey, Fleetwood, Mendoza
Boxing Club.
Cool, very cool. Guys, I thank you so much for coming.
No,
okay,
please.
My man, both of you. This has been great for me. I'm a big fan. Keep it up. You know, I'm gonna be watching you.
Thank you.
You know, like I mean it. I'm jacked, obviously you can tell, and I love it, man. I love it. Keep on bringing it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All the best. You may be asking yourself, what's any of this got to do with me? Absolutely nothing. Until next time.